here. We're going to start with questions in the room first.
Yeah, well, we've just kind of recently here, those guys have piled up a lot of minutes. I mean, Fred plays, all season long. He's played a lot. We've been in a lot of tough games against some really good teams here lately, and kind of wanted to see what those guys look like and give them the reps, and kind of started on a back-to-back one time where we just kind of started subbing really fast between about 6 guys, 7 guys, and it seemed to be working out okay and getting guys rest, et cetera. But that was something the other night for sure, with those guys playing in the 50s and all of them hanging in there. But I don't know, you don't expect it to go those many. You think, okay, it's 5 more, and you kind of left that group out there, and then there's another 5 and another 5, and there was nobody really needed to be changed. There was nothing to change, so it was just kind of the way it happened the other night. Yeah. Yeah, a couple things. I think one, he's had a great year, put in a different role, obviously with Kyle gone. It's kind of his show to run and all the leadership and things. And 2, kind of, he's historically had a huge impact for our organization and our team as well. So I think be well deserved. Yeah. Well, we I don't know if I can answer that question here yet till the ball goes up, but listen, we as pretty heavy schedules for everybody right now, us included. I know Atlanta's played a lot of games as well here recently. Those guys did not go anywhere near the court today. They didn't even come here. Wouldn't even let them get on the bus and come over. So we're trying to conserve as much as we can. I think they were certainly appreciative. A couple of them were, I know that for sure, that they didn't have to come, but we'll see, what kind of effect when the ball goes up, I'm sure.
Thanks, JQ. We're going to start with Amy.
Thanks, Bill. Hey, Coach. Couple questions for you. Just in terms of, I know you said today they didn't come to shoot around, but yesterday, was there anything extra that you could give to those guys that played those 50 minutes in terms of recovery?
Well, it was a travel day, right? So that's the first thing. It was they certainly didn't practice yesterday either. So it was a travel day. It was kind of a late travel day, so everybody got to kind of sleep in and relax through the morning. And we traveled in the mid afternoon.
Okay, and I know yet last week I think we talked about playing 4 teams over 8 games twice each, which is kind of interesting. But to add another layer here is these are the top 4 3-point shooting teams in the league in terms of percentage. And so does your scout, I know you don't have to share your secrets, but stay kind of consistent? Or is it more of like a personnel, like a Trae Young is not a Duncan Robinson? And you've been doing pretty good at it. So
yeah. I mean, I think each game brings its own game plan. Obviously, the personnel changes, the system of play changes. Even though, as you mentioned, with all the 3-point shooting, there's a lot of similarities, right? It's teams that are playing fast, throwing ahead, shooting threes in transition, penetrating, kicking out early for threes, running lots of sets, playing inside, outside, penetrating, kicking, posting, kicking, depending on who you're playing. So a lot of threes, a lot of good shooters we're seeing, that's for sure, but certainly some different styles of play.
And while we don't know, I think Trae's going to be a game time decision. What's the biggest challenge? He's kind of the focal point, whether he's shooting or facilitating or running their offense. He's usually has something to do with it. What's the biggest challenge to defending a guy like that?
Well, it is. There's a lot of it. You mentioned him. I mean, listen, he's got the ball in his hands. There's a lot of transition. You got to really stretch the floor, up the floor early in defensive transition, because he'll with his range. There's a lot of pick and rolls with a lot of different guys. They put so much pressure on the rim with their lob dunking. several players there too that they do that with. I mean, there's a lot going on out there.
Thank you. Enjoy the game.
Thank you, Amy.
Thanks, Amy. We'll go to Josh.
Hey, Nick. You mentioned the busy schedule. These 4 and 5s used to be somewhat common until the league did away with them. Has it been unusual preparing for one this week?
Not yet. I mean, I think we're okay, right? We'll see. I think again, I mean, listen, it probably doesn't help to have those guys go in there, but we'll see. Maybe they got in shape finally, Josh. And we'll just see how it goes. And we've been here one or two other times before where we played a pretty short rotation. I would imagine you're going to see a lot of guys hit the floor tonight.
And I think most people felt it was only a matter of time before Atlanta figured things out. What's the biggest difference you've seen from them over the last 7 games?
Yeah, I mean, they got a lot of guys back, as a lot of teams have dealt with injuries. They've got much more cohesive. You can just see better chemistry. You can see better defense. You can see a lot of guys that can score. Their second unit has really been putting it on people as well. So I think there's probably a lot of change. I mean, I didn't watch them all that much earlier in the season since we didn't have them, but from what I see lately, those are the things that stand out to me.
Thanks, Nick. Good luck tonight.
Thanks, Josh. Yeah.
We'll go to Mike Ganter next.
Hey, Nick, how you doing? Hi, Nick.
I'm good, Mike. Yep, I'm good, Mike.
Just checking in.
Just shifted on me. I was like, what happened? There you are. I got you. Yep.
Just it's a curiosity more than anything. What do you even bother looking at that last 2-minute report after a game like Saturday's?
Nope.
No point. Nothing to be gained from it.
I don't know. I'm busy. I got a lot of things I'm looking at, a lot of reports from the coaches and scouting to do coming up. The games are coming, and no, I don't. You want to enlighten me with something?
No.
Okay.
It would bother you anyway. I want to ask you again about, and it pertains back to Saturday's game. When you have a game like that, and you're doing film the next day, are you more apt to stay with it longer because there's, a lot of good sort of, I don't know, even teaching moments, but just good moments in there that, can help a team along? Or is it just something where like it's in the past, let's move on to the next one?
Yeah, we didn't even show film yesterday, Mike.
Yes, sir.
We didn't even show it. We just, again, a lot of the recovery when there's minutes, a lot of it's physical, but a lot of it's mental too. Right.
Yeah.
So, and again, it's a hell of a win. It's a kind of a cool game. It's the regular season, 1 of 82, man. They come fast. You got to win or lose. You got to forget about them pretty quick and go. I used Jonas's old line. Jonas used to always say, enjoy it till midnight. And I used that one in the locker room. It was about 11:48 when I said that. And Precious didn't like that too good. I only had 12 minutes. But anyway.
All right. Appreciate it. Good luck tonight, Nick. Thanks.
Yeah.
And we'll wrap up with Michael Grinch.
That was a good line, Nick. When the last 20 minutes of that game, you stuck with your 5 guys. I think your defensive rating, you held them to about 80 points per 100 possessions, much less than a point per possession. Is that, given the number of reps they've got, do you see a groove developing there? And can you, does it?
Well, I did in that game. I think I talked about it a little bit after the game, Michael. I thought that we made some adjustments like throughout the game. They saw some things, the way we were covering some things, and we're going to some of their counter moves, and we weren't catching the counters very well, but we started to, right? We started to, be in place for all that stuff. And I thought they cut us to the rim a little bit early in the game, and then we stopped all that as well. So yeah, I felt some real chemistry building defensively as that game was going on. Yeah.
And is there reason to expect that can transfer? Like you can take a long set of reps like that and
I sure wish we could count on it. Just keep right on building. But today's a new day, and let's hope it does. That's always the aim, is to build on that stuff. But another city, another team, another environment. We'll have to see when it goes up, what this game brings and start going from there.
Appreciate it. Have a good night.
Thanks, Michael.
Thanks very much, Michael. Those are all the hands. Appreciate the
Phil.
time as always.
Thanks,
Go.
everybody. Enjoy the game. Thanks, guys.